In your presentation today, you talked about the clutter and how much of a problem it is in certain cities. What is the state in the different cities? Joburg, Cape Town, Durban, that type of thing?
That is a very controversial topic because it negatively affects our media owners who have strict policies to only have approved structures. And unfortunately, visually, there's no way for clients to see if a structure is legal or not. So in our position as an advertising agency specializing in out-of-home media, the best thing we can do, and we do that all the time, is to keep our ear to the ground and to know what's going on, to be aware of controversy, to be aware of if there are specific issues happening where councils are starting to impede. And in terms of the landscape, Johannesburg and Pretoria is really becoming a real problem for out-of-home media planning because of the clutter. Because you must remember, not only do you have a geographic challenge in Johannesburg in that it's a 360-degree planning that you do. I mean, if you think about cities like Cape Town and Durban, we've got ocean that cuts us in half. So if you think about main arterials and nodes of importance, it's much easier to plan there. Plus, there's less stock, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing because the clutter is less. So I'd say Johannesburg is a big problem from an agency point of view in terms of planning. You really need to know what your client wants to achieve. You really need to understand their target audiences in order to do the best for them and to make sure that they use a proper media mix with out-of-home included for the campaigns. In terms of clamping down, I know it's been an ongoing issue, Cape Town and Durban having a much more strict regime when it comes to out-of-home approvals. But at the same time, I know that there's frustration from the media owner side because there's a lag in approvals, or they will submit applications for approval which adhere to all the bylaws and then does not get approved because of backlog. So there is two sides to the story when it comes to how legal is it and how legal is it not. Again, back to having your ear on the ground and knowing what's happening. As far as I know, Johannesburg will be clamping down, or they are busy with serious clampdowns. But I need an update at this stage. Just want to mention something interesting with the research we did on international. In the Czech Republic, 6 months ago, they changed legislation and they banned all out-of-home roadside billboards along their motorways. And after 6 months, with a ban imposed where none is allowed, only 10% of the media owners have thus far removed these structures. So you can see there is that kind of problem.
Illegal operators, how prevalent do you think they are in a city like Johannesburg? And is enough being done in order to enforce it so that they don't ruin an out-of-home industry?
The problem is, again, the time lag. First of all, if I go and put up an illegal structure, I put it on somebody's property. Council cannot just access that property. They do not have the right to access the property because they do not have the legal right to access. So it becomes a legal battle, which is a financial issue. So what councils do is they do send letters to clients. And what media owners do is they do cover their clients at times to say if there's any action, we will handle it. So it's one of those political animals where it's an ongoing struggle and it's an ongoing matter of opinion about who knows who to get the approval versus who followed the right process. So what you will find is that the companies that are definedly only doing legal, they do strong PR around that, and they voice it very strongly. Whereas controversial issues where there's uncertainty about how the approval was acquired and if it was acquired correctly, that becomes a very muddled water to tread in because you're not exactly sure what's going on. So we stay away, but we stay aware of the temperature. We can't do much more than that, but we are very aware of who is really above board and has, almost want to say, company ethics in place that they will only do legal structures.